the Division 6 Shelby District. And two familiar foes going at it once again. Buckeye Central and Bucyrus out of the Northern 10, fighting for a spot in Thursday's district championship game. Bucyrus, fresh off an upset of Colonel Crawford, looking to make it another one to get to the round of 32. We got all the action coming your way here from Shelby in the first of two games on your smartphone, TV, PC, tablet, any smart device you have, with pregame coming your way next.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
I like being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
We welcome you inside the Burkhart Farm Center pregame show for this, the Division 6 Shelby District Semifinal between number 5 seeded Bucyrus and number 1 seeded Buckeye Central. Hello, everybody. My name is Travis Berardi alongside the great Jonathan Langdon, and we're in the round of 64 now. We got some good softball coming your way. Started yesterday with the Hillsdale win, but we got a lot more coming this week.
Well, we still got some intense softball, and it starts here today with Bucyrus and Buckeye Central, two teams that know each other quite well. Buckeye Central did sweep this series, of course, with Bucyrus going 0-14 in N10 play, but they did just bounce back and beat Colonel Crawford in a sectional.
Yeah, so they technically did get off the schneid in the N10, even though it won't count towards the conference standings. As you see here in their team spotlight on head coach Mike Middleton, this is their first sectional championship since 2019, something to at least build on. They knocked off Crawford, the 4 seed, 10-6. However, they played teams close. New London, a number 2 seed in this district, they lost a doubleheader, but 9-6 was a close one. And also Cary, who's playing in a district championship game, 8-6. So they've been close, but just haven't been able to get over the hump.
And Bucyrus has great strengths. It's just unfortunate that they have some pretty glaring weaknesses as well. They're hitting nearly 300, which is really good in softball terms, but then you look at the pitching, that's kind of where things have become questionable. Some errors in the field as well. Those are going to have to clean up, and it seems like that did clean up in that sectional game, so maybe that can translate over here to another tough opponent in Buckeye Central.
And let's take a look at the player spotlight for the Bucyrus Lady Red, and it is the leadoff hitter, Marissa Middleton, the shortstop. 600 on-base percentage. 6 out of 10 times she's going to get on base for you. That's why she scored 36 runs, and she has 24 RBI to go with it.
Yeah, 529 average is actually the top in the N10. So even though your team didn't have a great year, you had a great year if you're Marissa Middleton. And then you're also kind of looking for those other players to kind of help you out in this game. But we can't talk enough about how well Marissa Middleton had played this year, and it's just going to continue into the district tournament, Travis.
Yep, and she's one of the reasons why they got here. Now a team that has had one of their best seasons in recent memory, the Buckettes of Buckeye Central. This is their best season since joining the Northern 10. It's 6 games better than a couple 10-win seasons back in 2015 and 16. They're the number 1 seed, 16-5. They have a win over Mohawk, who they're pretty much clinched a share. They can get an outright Northern 10 championship, and they are a state-ranked squad. And as you can see, they're pitching, one of their main reasons they're here.
Yeah, that's what we talked about Bucyrus, and they don't have the greatest pitching. Well, go to the flip side of that with Buckeye Central. They're going to be pitching Grace Colleen today, who is going to be phenomenal in the circle. I can just tell you that right now. She is one of the better strikeout queens in the Northern 10. That won't be any different here today.
And, you know, your pitcher, usually your best player. Also, one of your other best players, your shortstop, AJ Jury. She's a great volleyball player. She plays basketball, and she's also a slugger on the softball field. 513 on base. She scored 32 runs. She has 13 stolen bases. She has that speed to go along with it.
And one of the beauties about playoff softball, playoff baseball, I think it has the most likelihood of some Cinderella runs. But if you're Buckeye Central, if you want to keep that from happening, you got to get production out of not just your star players, but some of the other players as well. And I think AJ Jury kind of being that second star to Grace Colleen, she needs to have a good game here to help take down Bucyrus.
Speaking of what teams need to do, let's take a look at our keys to victory. Once again, brought to you by Burkhart Farm Center's Farmers, serving farmers. Buckeye, for Bucyrus, you're playing with house money. I mean, you have 5 wins on the season. You're sectional champs as it is. Just keep doing what you did against Colonel Crawford. But one of the keys to do, no free runners, no errors, no walks. Make Buckeye Central earn every base.
Yeah, and I think house money, it's definitely great because you come into this with not too much of an expectation, and that sometimes can be your biggest motivating factor to kind of improve, kind of silence the doubters, and also just come in with an idea that really anything can happen in this game if we can just play our way, make sure we limit mistakes and force the mistakes onto the other team.
And now let's take a look at the keys to victory for the Buckettes of Buckeye Central, and it's just confidence. Be confident, but not overconfident. That's my 2 keys. You've beaten some of the best teams in the area. You've beaten Mohawk. You know, lost a couple to Upper Sandusky, but, you know, you played some really good softball this season. But don't be overconfident and overlook this Bucyrus team that they've already played a game in the tournament and they already have a win.
And that happens in the first inning. If you can get a good first inning, get a good start, especially if you can get a 1-2-3 inning here to start for Buckeye Central, that will be ideal. But also you want to make sure that you can start getting base runners in any way that you can. We know that Bucyrus is going to make sure they don't try and get too many errors on them, but try to be the aggressors and hit some hard balls right at some of the infielders. See what you can do.
And we are ready to go. It is Grace Colleen. 175 ERA, first pitch in there. It is a ball, and we are underway in this district semifinal. Marissa Middleton, our player spotlight, the first to bat today. Her average, 529.
This is the matchup I've been the most excited for coming into this game. Colleen, as solid of a pitcher she is, going up against the best hitter and kind of the Stephen Kwan of the N10, I like to call her.
That one inside, corner strike one, as we take a look at our first Sutton Bank replay of the day. First strike of the day, too, for Grace Colleen. 2 balls and a strike here. Changeup is high. And Middleton, hitters count 3-1.
And with Grace, very fast, very good velocity on the fastball, but also a really good changeup that I got to see firsthand a couple games ago against Upper Sandusky, where she fanned 9 hitters.
Pipes that one in there. Middleton didn't like the pitch, but it was a strike. And we're full here to start things off. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Got her looking. Strike 3, 1 down. What a pitch. What a way to bounce back.
Looked like that was on the outside edge. Good job by the catcher to frame that and keep it in the zone. So that's a good start if you're Buckeye Central. Grace Colleen gets her first strikeout. Second leading strikeout getter in the N10.
She is 1 strikeout away from 200 for the season. Next up, Carly Shaw, the first baseman. She's hitting 301 on the season. The lefty pops this one up right at the center fielder, makes the catch. 2 down.
So you work a long count to the leadoff hitter. That's a good response right there from Grace Colleen to try and get ahead of the second hitter. Bait her into swinging at the first pitch. She did that. It's a pop out to center, and now you get to the third hitter.
Haley Stratton, 408 on the season. Leading RBI getter with 25. She takes strike 1.
Pitch count isn't as big in softball as it is in baseball, but you still like to see Grace keep her arm fresh early in this game.
First pitch is a strike. Changeup again is high, and we're even at 1-1. Just underway here in the first of 2 district semis. We'll have them both for you. Jonathan and I will switch for the game number 2 between the Winford Lady Royals and New London. But first, we got this one. Little grounder to third. Easy play on the first. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Buckettes. We will see their first at-bat after this in the D6 Shelby District semis.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
AJ Jury will lead things off in the bottom of the first for the Buckettes of Buckeye Central against Isabella Bruss, the starter for Bucyrus, 8.25 ERA, She has 65 strikeouts, 55 walks. Travis Berardi back here at Shelby High School with Jonathan Langdon as the first pitch misses for ball one to the shortstop from the Buckettes.
I think the mindset here at Bucyrus in the field, you know that the Buckettes are going to hit the softball. It's going to get in play. You just got to make sure you scoop it up and do the right thing once that happens.
Changeup, as Jonathan says, that is swung on the mist for strike one on the Sutton Bank replay. Something for the Buckettes, too. This is their first game in the tournament. Maybe a little bit of jitters. Got to work those out early as Jury sends this one to mid-center field, but making the catch for the first out is the center fielder, Addie Weber. That'll bring up Grace Colleen. First pitch in there for a strike, and like you said, you know, let them put it in play, make plays, but also get ahead in the count to make them swing at some pitches they don't want to.
Yeah, so you're going to kind of throw it across the strike zone, and if they hit it, they hit it, but you got to make sure you stay ahead.
Changeup is low. We're even at one. 3 of the 4 district semifinalists here at Shelby are Northern 10 squads. You also have Cary and Mohawk both still alive as well. 5 and Seneca East. So 6 of your teams are still alive. Upper Sandusky, one of the top teams, losing to Clear Fork, another good team in the MOAC. Clear Fork also playing. They're taking on the Shelby Whippets at Galleon. That game live and free. We'll also have Ontario and Lexington. The 1-2. Line drive up the middle, base hit for Colleen. Took it right back up the middle.
It's a dangerous base runner now to have in Colleen. 6 steals on the year, so she'll be standing at first. And now things switch over to another dangerous hitter here for Buckeye Central.
Phoebe Rafferty. Rafferty hitting .324, .395 on base percentage. Grace Colleen, 6 stolen bases in 6 attempts.
Yeah, top half of the lineup very strong here for Buckeye Central.
So that misses for ball one.
5 players for the Buckettes, over 300 on their average.
Runner on first here, 1 down, bottom 1. The 1-0. In there for a strike. We're even at 1. Rafferty, she's a singles hitter. All 22 hits are singles. 19 runs batted in. She's walked 5 times, struck out 17. The 1-1. Swing and a miss on the changeup. Strike 2.
But you know why she's there, because she's so efficient at getting it into the outfield to where if they can get a runner over at second, say a Colleen if she can steal second, anything in the outfield is going to score.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch from Bruss. Popped up. That's going to get out of play, and we'll go again. So we have a breeze coming from our backs from the south. That's pretty much going out towards left field. Have some sprinkles as well, but we're going to have some softball today, which is a good thing. Another 1-2. Ground ball to second. This might be a tailor-made double play ball on the short. The first got him, double play to end the inning.
And they practiced this for quite a while in warm-ups today. They had to fix it up a little bit, and you can see there that they got it done.
No runs, 1 hit, no left on. We've played 1 here in the D6 semis. In the district level, it's 0-0.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. we're the hometown people.
Little double play action to get Bucyrus out of the inning. We remain scoreless after one. D6 Shelby District semifinal. As the starter for Bucyrus, Isabella Bruss, now will lead off as she takes ball one. Travis Berardi back here with Jonathan Langdon. And gotta love yourself a nice little 4-6-3 double play.
Yeah, Bucyrus has been doing a great job here so far, keeping it close here in the top of the second.
Bruss hitting 232, but she has a 321 on base, so she will work those walks every once in a while.
And you got to give credit to Grace Colleen. Outside of that first at-bat with Middleton, full count, only 10 pitches in that first inning, so keeping it light.
The 2-1 catches the outside corner. We're even at 2. And you did mention earlier, you know, softball pitch count, it's not nearly as bad for softball pitchers and baseball pitchers because of the movement of the arms, but still, tiredness does still affect as that changeup swung on and missed. Throw down to first. That is strikeout number 200 on the season for Grace Colleen.
And she does it just like she's been doing it all year. That changeup just making players look silly in the batter's boxes.
I'll bring up Tavia Parker. Parker, a 304 average, 349. She fouls that off for strike one.
She's actually third on the team in scoring runs, so when she can get on base, she can kind of put herself into good positions to try and help this team get some points on the board.
She's, though, behind. No balls, 2 strikes. She is the designated player today. The 0-2 from Colleen. Fouled off. Defensive swing there, and we stay at 0-2.
And so far, most of Bucyrus's hitters have been kind of back in the box because they know the speed is a problem with Colleen, but hitter here, Parker, opting to go more towards the middle in case of that changeup, but there's some heat.
Blew it by her there. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the second. And I'll bring up Peyton Fackler. 262 average, 319 on base percentage. 2 down here in the top of the second. A scoreless game so far. First pitch, high for ball one.
And that's the problem when you take on Grace Colleen. She's very different with Aubrey Gottfried, another star N10 pitcher for Mohawk. That changeup doesn't let you sit back in the box because it can come at any moment, like right there.
Just missed, though. Let's take a look at the Sutton Bank replay. Just pulls the string. And that, I mean, it's a little bit more difficult as the 2-0 is swung on and missed for a softball pitch to be I'd say the speed of a softball pitch, the changing of the speeds like she has. A very hard fastball, but that pulling of the string for the changeup because you're so close to the batter that is a lot harder to hit than maybe a changeup for a baseball player because you're able to adjust.
And nowadays, I think that changes too because now that stats are readily available and everybody respects what Colleen does because they see the numbers.
That swung on a miss to make the count full.
Because now they see the numbers that she's putting up and they know that you have to respect her fastball, but then she throws that changeup and you know that they're both efficient.
Fouls it off, stays alive, stays at 3-2, but also when she's able to locate that changeup in the strike zone too. She wasn't early on against Upper Sandusky, she wasn't able to locate as well, and Upper Sandusky was able to jump on her. But in an instance like this, it's lethal. As that catches the inside corner, strike 3, she strikes out the side. as the Buckettes head to the bottom of the second, looking to get that first run of the game.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Zoe Hoskins leads off the bottom of the second as we're scoreless in this D6 Shelby District semifinal. Travis Berardi back here with Jonathan Langdon. And Hoskins, a .391 hitter, sends this one off the fence and right. She's going to go for three, and it's a leadoff triple. I could barely say hello, welcome back before she gave that one a ride to the fence.
Hoskins is that energy player for Buckeye Central, and she one-hops that off the wall to get the Buckettes off to a solid start. And with nobody out and a runner 60 feet away from scoring, that puts the pressure on the pitcher in the circle right now for Bucyrus to take care of business here.
And it'll bring up Elise Seifert. She has 7 RBI. All you need is a ground ball here early on to possibly give you the lead. She swings through that one, strike one.
And it's also extra problematic for a pitching staff that doesn't get too many strikeouts compared to some of the other teams. So Buckettes, if they put anything in play, it's likely going to score that runner.
The 0-1 rolls in there. Nice stop by the backstop to keep it from going back and scoring the run. We're even at 1. Hoskins, the catcher, has pop and has some speed with that stand-up triple, the 1-1. It's high, 2-1. We were talking during the break. There's a little bit of rain on its way here, but it's looking like not enough for any delays or anything, knock on wood. We're underneath the tent, so we'll be fine as well. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Good placement there. Went on the inside corner, forced kind of a squeeze up on that swing.
Big at bat here, especially if you're Bruss. The 2-2 popped up. It's going to get out of play and remain at 2-2. But if you can get that first out, you can get a little bit more comfortable. Maybe, you know, in a game like this, you move the infield in. Who knows? But right now, got to get the batter here.
You are shifting towards the bottom of the order, so that is an option if you do get this out.
Little liner, that's up the middle. That's going to score the run. It's a base hit. 1-0 Buckettes.
Nice piece of Buckeye Central hitting. Buckettes get the leadoff hitter all the way over to third with a nice triple. And then that really just sets up Bucyrus to not really be able to do too much other than try to get the strikeout on the next hitter. They can't do that, lined it up the middle. And even if they got the out, that run was going to score.
Yeah, it looked like it in on her hands, but she was able to muscle it just beyond second base, and it's 1-0 Buckettes. Leah Fields sends this one to right, and it's going to drop in. A little bloop single to right. First and second, no down.
And if you're the Lady Red, can't let this get to you too much. So runners go station to station. You're still at the bottom of the lineup, so still some good opportunities. Try and get some outs acclimated here in the second quarter, or in the second inning.
What sport do we play? It seems like all these sports, we've covered so many teams, they are molding together. Savannah Pace looking to bunt the runners over, fouls that off. It's 0-1.
Yeah, so you still got 7, 8, 9 if you're Bucyrus. So Could try and get 1, 2, 3 right here.
No balls, 1 strike to the Buckeye 7-hitter. Looking to bunt again, pops it up. It's going to hit the fence. It's 0-2.
Now, if you're Buckeye Central, do you still bunt?
She is hitting 232 with a 290, so you're trying to get her to move the runners over for
and take the force
Bishop.
out of play.
Yeah, take the force out of play. Give Olivia Bishop, who has 10 RBIs, a chance. She's hitting 190, but who knows now? She takes that one for ball 1, and sometimes this works out too. You can't get the bunt down. Sometimes they get the big hit anyway.
That was a good pitch there by Bruss. Just missed it on the outside corner.
The 1-2. Fouled off. Game 1 of 2 here today at Shelby. Winford Lady Royals, New London Lady Cats will be live and free after this one. Another 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, a big strikeout there for Bruss.
Yeah, so that's her first strikeout of the game. Keep mowing down this bottom of the lineup.
That'll bring up Olivia Bishop. We'll see if she can get another double play ball here. Bishop has struck out 20 times this season, though. That one's just high for ball 1.
So with that in mind, 20 strikeouts from this hitter, just want to attack her. Pitch to contact potentially, maybe get some swings and misses. Cannot walk her in this situation.
The 1-0. Just above the lettering, it's 2-0.
And Bishop, to her advantage, is a little shorter than some of the other players that have come out for the Buckettes, so that zone shrinks quite a bit.
Is outside, and now she's a pitch away from loading the bases. And we'll get a time called. Has her battery mate, Haley Stratton, try and calm her down. You got to think she's taking here too, so it's just, get this down the pipe, reset, and let's try and get strike 2 or a ground ball. One nothing Buckettes on the Elise Seaford RBI single here moments ago.
So you would think there's no pressure on this pitch because you know that she's not going to swing, but that makes it even more pressure-packed.
The 3-0 right there at the knees for a strike. And like we said, she was most likely taking the whole way, and she was.
Yeah, and I bet that could have almost been called a ball 4 just because of the way that Stratton caught that. Fortunately, Blue saw that it was in the zone.
The 3-1 pitch. Misses outside, and we're loaded.
And unless we get another double play, we are going to see the top of the lineup come back. This is the 9-hitter right now in a bases-loaded situation.
And this is a pivotal moment. Even though it's early on, Buckeye Central with a chance to break this open. Bucyrus with a chance to get some momentum and leave them stranded. Megan Seaford, 176 hitter. That's in there for a strike. And a good job getting ahead there.
And Megan's got some speed on her, too. That's why she's in the 9 spot. So a typical double play is not really going to be possible here, most likely.
It's only walked 6 times this season, struck out 21. The 0-1. A little grounder. And they're going to tag the runner. 1 scores. It's 2-0 on the RBI ground out.
So she does her job. Make sure there was no double play possible. Scores a runner. You'll take a run for an out. And you'll also take the leadoff hitter coming back up to the plate with 2 on with no forces in play.
Yeah, it was the perfect thing for Megan. Soft enough that you couldn't throw home to get the force. And the only play was at first. Still 2 in scoring position for Juries. She takes ball 1. Flew out to center field to start the bottom of the first. 2-0 on the Scout Construction scoreboard. She pops this one up. Second baseman back. Makes the leaping catch. So, damage limited, but the Buckettes break through. They lead 2-0 after 2.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
Addie Weber leads off the top of the third. Swings through that one for strike 1. Buckeye Central, the 1 seed, leading 5th seeded Bucyrus 2-0 on the Scout Construction scoreboard. Travis Berardi back here with Jonathan Langdon. And could have been a lot worse for Bucyrus. But Bruss able to limit damage and only give up 2.
Yeah, bases were loaded with 1 out. You got a ground out to first that moved the runners to second and third and had an extra run scored. But then from there, it's just unfortunate that you had the top of the lineup come back up, but you were still able to take care of business and get that leadoff hitter out.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Strikeout in the row, number 4, 5th overall for Grace Colleen, and that's a bad sign, though. You're down 2-0, but Colleen's starting to get locked in.
Yeah, we knew this was coming from her. Already five strikeouts, still no hits allowed, not even a walk. Mowing right through this order.
And that pitch in there for a strike, 0-1.
Looks like Winford behind us has just pulled up to the function. Their game 2 today.
They'll take on New London, the 2 seed, a 2-3 matchup. And again, Colleen ahead, 0-2 on the swing and a miss by the right fielder.
So 3 N10 teams in this district. At most, you're going to see 2 make it to the championship.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 down.
Now batting number 14, Tori Stang.
That'll bring up Tori Stang. Tori hitting .255, a .283 on-base percentage. Looking to bunt, takes ball 1.
And for Colleen, just got to keep throwing strikes. A lot of strikeouts accumulated here in these bottom 3 hitters. So just want to make sure that you can get on them.
That misses for ball 2. Those are the first 2 balls she's thrown in this inning. 6 strikes. Looked like maybe an immaculate inning, but
she already had one earlier this year.
Fouls that off. It's 2-1.
She threw one against Carey.
Yes, and that was a diamond cut in our first edition of the Roundup.
Not many players you can say can throw an immaculate inning and then on the other side in the batter's box hit a game-winning home run.
Yeah, and that was a greatest hit. Bunt right back to where it goes to first. 1, 2, 3 again. Go Bucyrus. 2-0 Buckeye Central after 3. After 2.5, we'll be back for the bottom of the third.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Today's game, brought to you live and free on the OH Report. Thanks to our generous sponsors, Burkhart Farm Center, farmers serving farmers. Scout Construction, with more than a decade of business, you can trust Scout Construction with your roofing and siding needs. Call Scout Construction for more information, 419-989-7240. As Grace Colleen takes a ball to start the bottom of the third. We'll get to the rest of our readers here momentarily. Colleen singled, but was forced out on that double play back in the first. Just fouls that off. It's 1-1.
Not many home run threats for the Buckettes, but this is the one that you want to look out for. So pitch to contact to her, probably not a good idea. Kind of want to try and work around her.
That ball high. It's 2-1.
She's got 6 dingers this year.
And we were saying earlier she had a 10-run walk-off as she sends this one to left. Backtrack, wall, big fly, home run. Ask and you shall receive. Grace Colleen with the homer.
7th of the season for her. Buckeye Central's got a 3-0 lead now.
Lead-off dinger. Her 28th RBI of the year. That'll bring up Rafferty, who grounded it into that double play back in the first. I want to say hello, everybody, real quick. Watching on Facebook and YouTube, let us know where you're watching from. Give us a shout out, we'll shout you back out. Line drive up the middle, a base hit. So Rafferty, first pitch swinging.
So
that'll bring up Hoskins.
Talked about Grace Colleen and how she's got 7 home runs this year. 2 of them now have come against Bucyrus.
Two and a half complete at Galleon. Ontario leads Lexington 1-0. That game also on the OH Reports. That's sent down the left field line, but it tails foul.
Rain has started to pick up here.
Hoskins, she had that triple. Trying going the other side this time. The catcher, that was her first triple of the year. She does have 4 doubles as well on the season. The 0-1. Lined left field in the 6 hole. It's a single. It's first and second with nobody out.
And Hoskins might be one of the most tough players to get out simply because she has the entire field to her repertoire. She could take it to right. She could take it to left. She can go up the middle, of course. So not really anywhere that you can expect her to go. She can go anywhere.
And you saw her, that rise ball, was able to get the hands up, kind of chop at it, drive it in the left field. This will bring up Seifert. She had an RBI single, brought home the first run of the game just 1 inning ago. At least pops this one up and foul for the first strike.
Yeah, it looks like the Buckettes starting to figure out Bruss again.
Getting those jitters out of the way. Light rain falling here on the Whippet Athletic Complex. That's taken high for a ball. We're 1-1. Buckeye Central, Bucyrus, Winford, 3 teams still in the tournament. So that's taken for a ball. You can add Mohawk and Carey to that list as well.
Strong league this year in softball. It's a shame that at least one is going to have to bow out here in this district.
And maybe 2, depending on the next game. The 2-1 is in there for a strike. We're even at 2. Elise Seifert, 18 strikeouts. She's walked twice this season. The 2-2. Off on the hands. Shortstop touches second on the first. Just beats it out.
Not often you can say that you can get 2 double plays in a softball game, but they nearly got it here. As you see the second look, thanks to Sutton Bank. Good call from Blue. Looks like that foot got in just in time.
Almost another diamond cut nominee there.
They'll have to settle for the one in the first inning.
But now also sets up a possible double play ball to get out of the inning, as Rafferty does move to third on the force out. It'll bring up Fields. She singled 1 inning ago. Was stranded at third. Bruss ready with the first pitch. Fouled off.
I think what's interesting about these two teams is that, of course, you're seeing Buckeye Central start to build a lead here, winning 3-0. But this was these teams played each other first N10 matchup of the year. So they played at the very beginning of the season, and here they are now. And they did pretty. Bucyrus did a good job hanging in with them the first game. It was a 9-8 loss. But then that second game came around, and it felt like there was a switch that flipped for Buckeye Central where they won 20-2.
Hey, the umpire coming out, just talking with Bruss, saying the way she's holding the ball, don't want to get a balk called or an illegal pitch call. So the umpire, before giving her a warning, saying what you can't do.
Well, Seifert did just move to second after that pitch, so maybe that was the sort of signal from the official as she went to try and get her on the throw back.
Swing and a miss on the changeup. And it's 1-2. Yeah, I did not notice the runner did move over, so it was a balk call. Or an illegal pitch in the softball terms. The 1-2 pitch. Inside, we're even at 2.
So that takes away the force. So it's going to take some doing here for Bucyrus to try and keep a run off the board while getting 2 outs. Maybe another scenario where they trade a run for an out.
Fields does have 8 RBI. And it's going to be 9 and possibly 10. Floated into left field around third is Seifert. She scores. It's 5-0.
Nicely squared up here by Fields. Right between the left and center fielder. Good blooper. And that's all you need to get 2 runs in.
She's 2 for 2 with 2 RBI. And now into double figures in RBI with 10 on the season. Still 1 out for Savannah Pace, who takes strike 1.
This is batter number 6 for the inning for the Buckettes.
Drives this one to right. Back track off the fence. Around second, around third is Fields. Into third, Savannah Pace with a triple. It's 6-0.
You love to see that out of Savannah Pace. Paces her way about around the bases. That's her second triple of the year.
I see what you did there. 4 in on the inning. It's 6-0. And we will have a meeting at the mound. While we have that meeting, let's thank our sponsors once again. Burkhart Farm Centers, farmers serving farmers. Scout Construction Services, LLC, with more than a decade of business. You can trust Scout Construction with your roofing and siding needs. Call Scout Construction for more information, 419-989-7240. American Homestead Exteriors. Our commitment to excellence is reflected in our strong and reliable exterior solutions. Call us today for roofing, siding, gutters, and windows. Sutton Bank, earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. Avita Home Health and Hospice, providing high-quality community health care and improving the quality of health in families throughout their lifespan. And Pinnacle Cleaning, elevate your professional space with tailored cleaning solutions that promise unmatched quality and reliability. Thank you all for allowing us to bring you these district games live and free. Back to action, the 8-hitter, Olivia Bishop, moves out of the way of that pitch for ball 1.
Yeah, so Brust's going to stay in here even after that circle visit. In a game like this, in a tournament game where you don't really have anything else moving forward, if you lose this, how long do you keep Brust in is the question. But it seems like they'll stick with her now.
That pitch misses for ball 2. Carly Shull has pitched 10 games as well, 21 innings. Peyton Fackler has pitched 13 and 2/3 innings. So you do have a couple choices. It's in there for a strike. It's 2-1.
Rain, even though it's not too hard yet, it's at its hardest it's been as we sit here.
The 2-1 popped up, and it's going to get out of play and just behind us for strike 2. Brand new tent always had a hole in it.
Yeah, might get to see how durable this one is here soon.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. The pitch. Grounded right back to the pitcher. Looks the runner back from third. Now they're going to go home and double play to end the inning. Your typical 1-3-2 double play. Great job by Brust to look the runner back, throw to first, and then a quick throw home to end the inning. But Buckeye Central gets 4. They lead 6-0 after 3.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
Top of the order for Bucyrus. Buckeye Central leads at 6-0. Travis Berardi back here, Jonathan Langdon. As the rain's starting to fall a little bit harder. That one misses, and it's 3-0 to the leadoff hitter. 9 up, 9 down the first 3 innings for Grace Colleen. And it's a 4-pitch walk to the first base runner of the game for Bucyrus.
Gotta be wondering, is that softball getting a little slippery now? See Colleen, after each one of those pitches, I've seen her kind of like try to wipe it off with her back. It's not getting the grip that she wants out of it right now, and that breaks up any possible perfect game after going up, 9 down.
Runner goes. It's low for a ball. And now, Bucyrus with the runner in scoring position. Nice read by Middleton as it bounced off the foot of the catcher. So we had a softball switch.
And there's that slipperiness again. This inning starting to get a little rough weather-wise.
Fly ball. Left field. Running back and making the catch is the left fielder Fields for the first out. Looking like a cornerback there.
Yeah, nice catch over there and left. I think the one thing, though, if you're Bucyrus, is Middleton tried to go a little early, had to backtrack. Probably could have tagged if she stayed on the base.
And for Shaw, they were playing in as well. Runner goes to third, and it's a stolen base. So Middleton swipes third.
She swiped second, too, so that's 2 steals now just in this inning.
44 stolen bases on the season for her.
That's definitely on the scouting report, but still, she's too good.
Pitch was a strike. Grounder, base hit. Bucyrus is on the board. First hit of the game. Brings home the runner, and it's 6-1.
Love to see that out of Bucyrus. You get your leadoff hitter on with the walk, good patience in the box, and then she does the rest of the work that she's done all season long, just being a pest on the base paths. And then that 2-hitter that is there for a reason gets the job done.
Yep, Haley Stratton in the 3-hole, her 26th RBI this season. That leads the team. Ball bounces off the catcher's glove. A passed ball. Runner moves to second. Pitch was a ball. And even with the glove, it's getting a little slick. Bruss grounded to third to end inning number 1. Swings and misses there. It's 1-1. A little bit of a steadier rain, but the good thing is we have a turf field. Looking to bunt. It's fouled.
Not very often you see someone who's trying to bunt get fooled by a changeup right there.
But that, once again, just the difference in speeds. You never know when it's coming, and when it does, it catches you off guard. Colleen ready. 1-2. High, past the catcher, wild pitch. Runner moves to third.
And right now it looks like for Buckeye Central, some self-inflicted wounds. Wild pitch sends a runner over to third. On Middleton, who scored earlier in the inning, she stole second and third. She got second on a dropped catch by Hoskins at the plate, but then her base running skills got her third. So just those minuscule things for the Buckettes, resulting in what could be 2 runs. Already has been 1 run.
She does get the swing and miss for the second out, though.
Number 5, Parker.
And this was where the string of strikeouts started the first time around. Was a strikeout of Bruss, and then she went 4 more in a row. So this will bring up Parker, the DP, with a runner on third. She takes strike 1. If you're Bucyrus, you got to get this run home for a little bit of an answer after Buckeye Central put up 4 in the bottom of the third. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Way behind on that one.
And now behind 0-2, so that's a count where you're going to have to defend yourself quite a bit, even if it's not in the zone. Don't want to go down looking.
The 0-2. Line right back at Colleen, makes the catch to strand the runner at third. But Bucyrus breaks through in the hit column and the run column. We've reached the halfway point. 6-1 Buckeye Central after 3.5.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Carly Scholl on the pitch for the Redmen. They get one back in the top of the fourth. 6-1 Buckeye Central. It's Megan Seifert, the 9-hitter, will lead things off. She takes ball one. Travis Berardi back here. Jonathan Langdon on a rainy Tuesday afternoon in Shelby, Ohio.
This is a good summary of what this season really has been.
Yes.
April showers did not quite bring the Mayflowers we were expecting.
Little chopper to short. Throw on the first. Gets her for the first out.
So new pitcher Scholl does a good job in an early count, getting a swing out of the batter and getting an easy first out.
Yeah, nice job by Middleton to charge that and get the throw to the first baseman. Back to the top of the order, A.J. Jury, she's 0 for 2, flew out to center in the first, popped out to second to end the second. First pitch low for a ball. The 1-0. High ball 2. Looks like it might have slipped out of her hands. First of 2 here at Shelby. Winford New London will be playing after this one. The 2-0. Change up, grounder the short on the first, 2 down.
Now I would argue that softball grounders are tougher plays to make than baseball grounders. So right now I think Bucyrus, their infield has been pretty close to flawless thus far in this game. It's been a good job by the Lady Red to really clean up their field play.
2 down for Colleen. 2 for 2 with that home run back in the third. She takes ball 1. The 1-0. Bounces in there. 2-0. Colleen hit her 7th home run of the year 1 inning ago. RBI number 28, that's high, 3-0. Pitching around her here with 2 out. And that'll be ball 4.
Now batting number 8, Phoebe Rafferty.
Be up Phoebe Rafferty. 1 for 2. Single and scored back in the 3rd. Takes strike 1 there on the changeup. It's a 4-pitch walk to Colleen.
Does bounce back, though, gets this first strike. I like the changeup that Shull's got in her repertoire, but we'll see how long that takes until Buckeye Central picks up on it.
That misses for ball 1. The 1-1. Low for ball 2. Two balls and a strike here. With 2 down, bottom 4. Shull ready. Change up, floated into center field, a base hit.
Up to bat number 5, Zoe.
So Bucyrus scores a run in the top half of this inning, but Buckeye Central trying to take it right back. They've got runners on 1st and 2nd now, and still 2 outs, but you like this part of the order, and you've got Hoskins coming up, who's got 2 hits already in this game.
Hoskins, that stand-up triple to start the 2nd, then singled, part of the 4-run 3rd. And we'll get a pinch runner for the first baseman. It'll be Maya Metzger pinch running. First pitch is high for ball 1. (6-1) on the Scout Construction scoreboard. The 1-0. Swing and a miss on the riser. We're even at 1.
Surprised they're still throwing that riser on the upper end of the zone because we saw what Hoskins did to it in the last at-bat. Chopped it past the infield for 2nd hit of the game.
The 1-1 is high. Might have slipped. It's 2-1.
Yeah, it definitely slipped. We've seen that a couple of times now. Not just from this pitcher, but also Colleen for Buckeye Central.
The 2-1. Fouled off, it's 2-2. Two's on the board. 2 on. Here in the bottom of the 4th. So the rain continues to fall. And puddles closely reaching our equipment. The 2-2. Line drive over the second baseman's glove. It's going to get to the fence. 1 run will score. They're going to send to 2nd. On to 3rd for another triple, Zoe Hoskins.
And you got to give kudos to Hoskins as well. She hit the softball, but also the runner at 1st ran pretty much from the get-go. That pinch runner Metzger knew she was scoring right away, didn't make it any sort of question if she was going to cross home plate safely or not.
3 for 3, 2 triples, a single, 2 RBI, and a run scored so far for Zoe Hoskins. Have yourself a day.
Might have to rain a little more often for her if she's going to play like this.
I would hope it wouldn't take that for her to get triples.
This is a team that hit 9 triples coming into this game. So it's not that this is a rare occurrence. It's just been how they've played all year.
They'll bring up Seifert with 2 down. 8-1 to score. Pitch is low for a ball. Little chopper right back to the pitcher. And that'll do it for the 4th inning, but the Buckettes add 2 more on. They lead 8-1 after 4.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
Top 5, 8-1, Buckeye Central. As Peyton Fackler takes ball 1. Bucyrus scored their first run in the top of the 4th, but Buckeye Central answers with 2 to lead by 7. The 1-0. In there for a strike. It's 1-1. Grace Colleen, 7 strikeouts so far through 4 innings. Now well over 200 for the season. The 1-2. Got her at the knees, strike 3, 1 down.
8 strikeouts now for Grace. It's been another day in the office for her. It's been that like that all season long.
They'll bring up Addie Weber. She is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch low for a ball. The 1-0. No pitch called. And the umpires are going to discuss something.
So it's a legal pitch that they're going to give a ball, but they're kind of explaining to her what she did to prompt that.
We already had one ball. I think they're asking what she had. She has, I think, a little bit of a towel in her pocket that she's, like, wiping the ball off with.
Bucyrus has the same thing.
Yeah, the umpire still says it's 1-0, so making sure of what she has. That evens the count at 1 on the swing and a miss.
No sticky stuff. That's what they're looking for.
Yes, that we do not need, especially with an 8-1 lead. Change up high. It's 2-1. Swing and a miss. We're even at 2. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 down.
Now batting number 4, Maddie Kent.
Number 9 on the day for Colleen. They'll bring up Maddie Kent. Strikeout victim back in the 3rd. Right at the knees for strike 1. Rain starting to lighten up.
You know who isn't lighting up? Grace Colleen. Letting up.
I like what you did there, sir. You also could be quite the meteorologist as well, because you said give it about 10 minutes and it's going to lighten up some.
Yeah, at the break I was talking about the weather.
Swing and a miss there, and she's a strike away from striking out the side for the 2nd time today.
It was coming our way, and I said, worst of it will probably last 10, 15 minutes. You'd say that was pretty accurate?
Mm-hmm. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and she struck out the side for the 2nd time today. Buckeye Central leads 8-1 as we head bottom 5. So we welcome you inside the 5th inning stretch. Brought to you by Burkhart Farm Center, farmers serving farmers. 8-1 is your score here. 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Buckeye Central. Bucyrus, 1 run on 1 hit, no errors. Story, though, has been Grace Colleen. 2 times as she struck out the side today. She has 10 Ks, and oh, by the way, she's also 2 for 2 with a home run and 2 runs scored.
Not a bad day for her at all. Grace Colleen picking up right where she left off in the regular season. Buckeye Central as a team, they finished 3rd in the N10, but they finished beneath some really, really good teams in Upper Sandusky and Mohawk. So really any of those 3 I could place in nearly any other conference, and they would likely finish, if not the conference champ, at least in the top 2.
That's driven to left, and it drops in. It'll be a leadoff single for Leah Fields.
Now batting number 17, Savannah.
So you take a look at the Sutton Bank replay. And that'll bring up Pace, who in her last at-bat had a triple.
Your meteorologist pretending to be a color commentator is going to step in here again to say that we do have another pocket coming in soon. But with the timing, it could be to the point where this game ends before that pocket happens. So that would happen during the transition to Game 2 tonight.
And will give us a chance to cover things up.
Shrink our setup.
Yes. Runner on first here, bottom of the 5th, 8-1. The score in favor of the top seed here in this Shelby District. The 1-0. Outside, snap throw to first, nothing doing there. Now, if they were to get one more runner on right here, the potential winning run would come to the plate. The 2-0. Bounces in there, 3-0.
And hope now for Buckeye Central, with that in mind, you'd likely get to the top of the order if this runner, or if this batter right here reaches on. As long as you don't fall into a third double play of the game, which is tough to do in softball, but gotta like the chances of getting some of your better hitters up in this inning.
The 3-0 pitch. High ball for a 4-pitch walk, and indeed, the potential winning run comes to the plate. It's Olivia Bishop. She did hit into a double play last time, that line drive back to the pitcher.
And that happened, looks like we got time here from Bucyrus, but that happened after Bishop tried to lay down a bunt twice. So the hope here is that she can, I'm sure they'll have her try again to do that, to move both runners ahead and take out any force. But the hope is that she can lay one down in play.
Top of the 6th at Galleon. They're still playing in the rain, and Ontario still holds a 1-0 lead on Lexington. Lexington state ranked, and I believe Division III.
Of course, led by the star, Macquarie Chapman.
It's Division IV. My apologies.
She's headed to NKU to play some softball. Northern Kentucky.
Division I. Macquarie pretty much a stud in every sport she plays. We've had quite a few of those.
But especially softball.
Especially softball. First pitch is high for a ball, and I don't hear the roof anymore. I think there's your pocket you're talking about.
Very faint, very faint.
Mm-hmm. Bishop did walk in the second. She's ahead of the count, 2-0. Megan Seifert on deck. Her and Jury, the only two Buckettes that have not reached base yet today. However, Seifert does have an RBI.
And that's surprising when you think about it.
Right there at the waist, it's 2-1.
How's your player spotlight today? AJ Jury.
Usually it works out for me. It did on the Bucyrus side. 2 stolen bases.
There's still plenty of softball left here.
Yes. That's low. It's 3-1.
And if it gets around to her, she would be the leadoff hitter. Well, she was today, and they're close to getting back to her.
The 3-1. Fouled off in the box. It's 3-2.
Ended up swinging at that one. I think if she let that go, it would have been a walk.
Yeah, it looked like it started dipping before the plate.
Got to switch out softballs, getting slippery. This is a big pitch.
Ready with the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Big strikeout for out number 1.
Yeah, that's a huge out. Able to get Bishop back to the dugout. This brings up the 9-hole hitter in a first and second situation. This is much better than it could have been for Bucyrus.
Megan Seifert, like I said, 0 for 2, but does have an RBI. That's in there for a strike.
I like how Scholl is kind of settled in here the later end of this inning. 1 pitch at a time.
That bounces for ball 1. One's on the board here in the bottom of the 5th. That bounces. It's 2-1. Time is called. Get a new softball.
We briefly mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, but I'm just going to flat out say it. We may be looking for a refund on this tent soon.
It is kind of dripping inside the tent, but at least for the most part, we're dry.
Hasn't
Still
been
able
too
to bring you this
shabby.
game. Yeah. The 2-1.
Couple of questionable design flaws.
Runners will advance. On the wild pitch, and the count is 3-1.
Got to shake that off. Of course, there's no force now. Just got to do what you can. Maybe a ground out here.
Fouled back. Count is full. So Scholl, for the second consecutive batter, able to bounce back and get to a full count. She got a strikeout the first time.
Strikeout or ground out. And if it is a ground out, that third baseman's playing pretty shallow, so that would be a good spot to get him to hit it.
Another 3-2. High ball 4. They're loaded for jury.
And this is where you would say, in a cliche way, you would say she's due.
Little bit. Little bit.
And I think Bucyrus has that in the back of their mind, too. They know that they haven't seen much danger come her way.
Seifert. Line drive right at the shortstop. Double play. Ends the inning.
That is now 3 double plays for Bucyrus in this game. How about the fielding from this Lady Red infield?
So they leave him loaded. The game remains 8-1 as we head to the 6th.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
Tori Stang leads things off, swings. Actually, no pitch there. And it's ball 1. 9-1-2 hitters due up for Bucyrus, down 8-1 here in the 6th. Fouls that off. It's 1-1 now.
So you got 9-1-2 due up here for Bucyrus. Would love to see this 9-hole hitter work the count. She's in a 1-1 situation, so that's still an opportunity to do so.
Yeah, got to get base runners here. 1-2. Low, 2-2.
I just saw Colleen reach into her back pocket with her throwing hand, so that might be something to keep an eye on because not the ball getting slippery, her hand itself.
Little grounder, the third on the first, one down. Nice play.
Also nice to see Buckeye Central slow it down there. Of course, good job by the third baseman who was already in on it, playing ahead of the bag.
Yeah, Lee Seifert, good job charging it.
Didn't have to do too much of a powerful throw, so just took her time. threw it over to first, made sure the play was made.
That'll bring up Middleton. She sends this first pitch to left field, making the catch, though, for out number 2 is Lee Fields.
Next up, number 30, Carly Shaw.
And that's a big out, too. That's pretty vital source of their offense that gets retired in one pitch.
Now the lefty Shaw holds off on that for ball 1.
And one thing I'm noticing with Colleen in this game is the fact that if a batter steps into the box and they go to the very back of it towards the catcher, she starts with a changeup every single time.
On the first, a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Buckettes. As Bucyrus goes down in order once again. We played 5.5. It's still 8-1 in favor of the top seed.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Bottom 6, Grace Colleen leading off for the Buckettes, up 8-1, looking to clinch a spot in the district championship game. Travis Berardi back here with Jonathan Langdon. He will call game number 2 between Winford and New London as the rain finally has subsided for the moment. But it did wreak some havoc in those middle innings.
It did. Pitchers kind of lost their touch. A couple of wild pitches here and there. See if they can get back into the swing of things.
Bounces in, it's 3-0.
Weather pending, this district tournament just getting started. Going to have that New London Winford game.
The 3-0. Ball 4. It's another walk for Colleen.
And the one thing I'm excited about with that next game, Travis, that you mentioned is the fact that New London, they are the 2 seed in this district, but you look at their schedule, they took care of business. They beat everybody they needed to beat, but they don't really have any marquee wins.
Yeah.
So the record looks good, but I think Winford, they're going to make that a really good game later tonight.
Winford led by the slugger Brooke Frombaugh. Saw them battle Crestview.
And the ace who's likely going to pitch, Riley Robinson.
Yep.
If you thought
the folks, that is our player spotlight for the second game.
If you thought Grace Colleen was a great pitcher, she is. I would say Riley Robinson's right there with her.
Yeah, Winford also in that loss to Crestview. Crestview, only 2 losses on the season. They are state ranked in Division 5. So that was a battle. It's high, 2-1.
And speaking of Robinson and Colleen, I know the Buckeye Central's at the plate right now, but pitching in that game, one of the notes that I made was they played Winford in their last game before this one here. And Robinson and Colleen combined for 31 strikeouts in a 9-inning game.
So out of 42, 31.
Pretty much, yep.
Wow.
31 strikeouts.
That's wow.
Robinson had 17. Colleen had 14.
Jeez. The 3-1. Ball 4. And again now, the game-ending run comes to the plate.
Number 5, Zoe Hoskins.
That's Zoe Hoskins, who has 2 triples already today.
Yeah, one thing I was going to say is kudos to Bucyrus getting out of that last inning in the fashion that they did, because the top of the lineup came to the plate and you were still able to take care of business and get a double play. But this is, in my eyes, the equivalent to the top of the order where they're at right now, because these hitters have really had their way in this game.
High ball 1.
Especially the player at the plate right now.
One of my lead candidates for MVP, but if she can get another knock here, could clinch things for her. The 1-0. High ball 2.
And those pitches are starting to get away from Scholl in the circle right now. A couple that have missed high here in this inning. And we got a time from the catcher. She's going to talk things over. Getting to a concerning area because you've got 2 on, nobody out. You're in this scenario last time in the last inning. You're able to kind of tightrope your way out with minimal damage like you've done most of this game. Got to try and get it done again.
So after the little meeting, now ready with the 2-0. Just outside. It was right at the waist. It's 3-0.
Got a breeze starting to come in. Travis, how you feeling about your short sleeve and shorts right now? Feeling okay still?
Not bad.
Okay.
I refused to get the long pants out in May after the warm weather we had. Down the line, just foul. It's 3-1.
Zoe seems unfazed. She started running, saw it went foul, straight face, walked right back to the box. She knows she can do it again. That's just the confidence oozing in her right now, just after a 3-for-3 day.
Depending on the speed at first, probably if that stays fair, it's at least a double.
And at least 1 RBI.
Hitters count here for popped it up, and that's going to go out of play. Count is full.
It was a good AB right here. Both pitcher and catcher. Hoskins fouling off pretty much everything in the zone right now. Scholl just doing a good job throwing strikes after a rough start to this at-bat.
It's like she got more of a grip on it this time.
And that was what that timeout was for, to try and help her get more time to kind of rub off that softball and get a good grip.
3-2. Outside, ball 4, and they're loaded.
Next up, number 3, Elise Seifert.
So this time the bases are loaded with nobody out, and Elise Seifert up. 1 for 3, 2 runs scored, a single and an RBI. First pitch bounces for ball 1.
He threw down to third.
Back in time.
Yeah, Colleen wasn't really expecting it. Keep in mind that winning run here for Buckeye Central sits at first right now.
Yep. And no out. So even one of those patented double plays would not get them quite out yet, as that's fouled off. And we're even at 1. Lee Fields on deck. She's having a day. 3 singles, 2 runs batted in and a run. So not getting much easier.
Lady Red starting to slowly see their season start to fade away here in this inning.
But still props to them, their first sectional championship since 2019.
Exactly. Great success and also resilience too, because you go 0-14 in the N10, you could easily just kind of pack it in and go through the motions and get ready for the season to end.
And that hits her, oof, like right in the elbow. It'll score a run. It's 9-1.
And yeah, folks, I know it's May, but it's cold, and that does not make it feel any better. So she's still kind of leaning towards that elbow. Fortunately, though, she'll get an RBI out of that pain.
And now the potential winning run is at second in scoring position for Fields, who has, like I said, 3 for 3, 3 singles, and a single could.
Anything in the outfield.
Just a reminder, when we're done with this stream, we'll reset things and get ready for the second semifinal between Winford and New London. Jonathan will talk to our MVP, and if things hold up, I will have a chat with Todd Messmer, the Buckeye Central head coach. Bases loaded, nobody out for Fields.
Tell you what, Todd has to be really happy standing over at third base, watching all this happen. It's been a good day.
Ball 1.
It was a slower start than maybe Buckeye Central would have wanted, but they ultimately got to where they needed to be, and that's this 9-1 lead you see right now.
Alla Hillsdale yesterday, battling through 3.5 and then broke the bats open for the win, 14-7. Little grounder. The throw home, not in time. It's 10-1.
And that's tough right there because both players went for the ball, first baseman and second baseman. Nobody was covering first, and the only play was at home, which was way too late. So that's one of those awkwardly hit softballs in the infield that Bucyrus really had nothing to do with.
So a fielder's choice RBI, and now the game-ending run at third. Savannah Pace, 1 for 2, RBI triple and a walk.
Infield in right now, except for the shortstop.
Ball 1.
And a correction there. Shortstop wasn't in, but it looks like she's going to kind of get a walking start as the pitch goes. So it is going to be infield in here.
Buckeye Central up 10-1 here on the Scout Construction scoreboard, a run away from ending this. Now, 2-0.
And now the pressure's on the pitcher because how many walk-offs have we seen in this year? It feels like a lot at all levels of baseball and softball.
This would be a new version of walk-off shrimp, shrimp. And now we are on the ball, gets away, but right at the backup and out of the baseline, so an out.
And that's a good out there for Bucyrus, as that's just an unfortunate bounce if you're Buckeye Central. That goes right off the third base bag and right to the shortstop covering behind the third baseman. And that's a good out, number 1. The unfortunate part about it, though, for Bucyrus is there's no force now. The only thing you can really do is go to first.
And it's 3-0. You just go back to the base. Ball 4 here ends it. Now, base open. So a little life here for Bucyrus to get to the 7th. This is popped up, though. Catch is made. The run tags, and she will score, and that'll do it. Sack fly ends the game. Buckeye Central will play for a district championship. But hats off to Bucyrus. For the first time since 2019, sectional champs making an appearance here. We'll take a break. When we come back, our MVP interview as well as the post game right here live and free on the OH Report.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
I like being able to give back to the community, and just our teamwork is really solid. It makes it an incredible place to work because a lot of people enjoy what they're doing and want to help out.
You get to learn every day. You get to meet very unique people. I get to interact with everyone from the clinical staff to the administrative staff. Everyone has something to offer. It's kind of like a million puzzle pieces coming together to make one large, beautiful piece.
Every time that we walk in, we know we're going to walk into a place that's very clean, and when we walk in, we have a professional environment to come to. The reliability of Pinnacle is always on the spot. We've been with them 16 years so far. They're committed, they are professional, they are very transparent with their pricing, and they excel at meeting every goal and every need we have.
OH Report Player of the Game brought to you by American Homestead. Zoe Hoskins joining us. Coming into today, no triples. Coming out of today, 2 triples. What changed for you?
You know, obviously I've had lots and lots of practice, and actually yesterday and today I've been constant hitting and seeing where I'm lining my balls up, and honestly I think practice has changed me a lot. So, and then playing Bucyrus again, I knew that we've got some easy pretty pitchers coming up, so I'd say that's what I had in my mindset.
Yeah, so third time you saw Bucyrus this year. They played it close early in the season, then you had that second game kind of broke things away. What do you think kind of was the transition between, you saw them early on in the year, they're a different team coming in. What did you guys see in the first couple innings?
The first couple of innings of this game?
Yeah.
Of this game, I kind of saw, I knew that they were changing, and I knew that, over the season, they've grown as a team, and I was really happy to see that and play them again. But I know that we were more ready to play them because we've played tougher teams, I would say, versus them.
Yeah, and then kind of brag on your teammates because 11-1 effort. It's not just you. It's not just a solo effort. A lot of other players stepped up. Who do you think played well today?
I think Savannah Pace really played well today because she's really improved on her batting, I would say, especially falling back with that triple that she also had. So I would say Savannah.
All right, and then outside of that, of course, you're going to be playing the winner of this game coming up. Hopefully it happens. Rain's kind of starting to come in here, but just talk about moving forward, what this win does for your team and how you guys are going to take this and what your mentality is now.
I think we're going to take this win and improve from it. Yes, it was a very good win, and I'm happy for us, but I think we should still stay focused and be prepared because Winford and New London are very tough teams. We've faced both of them. Winford, by hairs each games, but I would say we just have to keep forward and staying focused and not try and get big heads of ourselves.
All right, Zoe, and then finally for you, look in that camera, give some shout-outs.
I'd like to give a shout-out to my friends and family, and then a shout-out to my cousins in Cincinnati as well. And then my number 1, first baseman, Phoebe Rafferty, again for your shout-out.
All right, Zoe, 3 for 3 day in a walk, 2 triples, not too bad for you. Congratulations.
I didn't think our staff would even notice that we switched cleaning companies, but they did right away. They noticed that the office was cleaner, that things were bright, more vibrant, and that created a more positive working environment for us. There's always a potential to spread illness if our building isn't as clean as it possibly could be. Having Pinnacle in our building to make sure that it's as clean and safe and healthy as it can be helps us take the best care of our patients. It's family owned and operated, they're local, which means a lot to us.
Back here inside the post-game show brought to you by Burkhart Farm Centers, farmers serving farmers. I am welcome in Todd Messmer, Buckeye Central head coach. Nice to see you again, Coach.
Yes.
You're playing for a district championship. When's the last time Buckeye Central's played for a district title?
It had to be past, 10 or 11 years at least.
Yeah.
And we're really excited. I mean, we had goals when we started our winter conditioning, and the girls decided that they wanted to meet their goals, and so far they have met their expectations.
I was looking back since the Northern 10 began. I think Buckeye Central's win total, the best win total overall they had was 10. You've improved by 7 games so far this year, 17. You're in the round of 32. You're a win away from a regional. What's clicked for this team so far? What's made you guys so good that you're playing for a district championship?
I feel that this is one of the closest teams that I think I've coached here at Buckeye. And we got a lot of returning veterans that's played the game before. And a lot of the players have played travel ball, and they know, what big games are like. And we have fantastic senior leadership. And seniors have really stepped up. Grace, Zoe, in particular, them two have really stepped it up, showed great leadership. And when it mattered most, they have come through great hits and great pitching.
You're playing for the district championship Thursday back here against one of the 2 teams that we are seeing next, either New London or Winford. Would you like a third try with Winford, or do you want to go against somebody new in New London, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter to us. I mean, you got to beat everybody. So, I mean, they're both quality, good, really good teams. So we know that we're going to have our work cut out for us regardless of who we play next. So we'll go back to work tomorrow and prepare for the next game.
And before we let you go, what can you say about Grace Colleen? This year, over 200 strikeouts now for the season. She has 7 home runs. She does it all in the circle and at the plate for you.
Yeah, I'm so proud of Grace. You know, I've had her for 4 years, and each year she has gotten better and better. And this year in particular, she has shown great leadership, and she has pretty much decided to, when she needed to, put the team on her shoulders and take them to victory.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
We look forward to Thursday and a chance for a district championship for the Buckettes.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Head coach Todd Messmer of the Buckettes of Buckeye Central. As we take a look at the final numbers for this evening. 1-1-0 for Bucyrus. It was a one-hitter for Grace Colleen, and her offense did plenty. 11 runs on 12 hits and no errors. Bucyrus finishes the season 5-21, but they are sectional champs for the first time since 2019. Buckeye Central back here Thursday against one of the 2 teams we'll see next in the district championship game. Also coming up tomorrow, district championship game. Hillsdale will play Columbiana Crestview. Mechanicsburg, Danville in a district semifinal as well. Clyde Clear Fork baseball, Ashland Madison district semifinal softball. But that'll do it. 11-1 is the final. I want to thank everybody that helped make things possible today. Brandon Powell, great job on the camera work. Jonathan Langdon as well. He will take over for commentary the next game. I'll go color commentary. Also want to thank all of our sponsors here today. Scout Construction Services, LLC, our scoreboard sponsor. American Homestead Exteriors, our MVP sponsor. Burkhart Farm Center, our pregame, 5th inning stretch, postgame sponsor. We also would like to thank Sutton Bank, our instant replay sponsor, and our commercial sponsors, Avita, Home Health and Hospice, as well as Sutton Bank. I want to thank Pat Lewis and the fine folks here at Shelby High School for allowing us to be here today, as well as the OHSA for allowing us to stream these games to you live and free. Buckeye Central knocks off Bucyrus in 6 innings, 11-1. They'll play for a district championship on Thursday. For Jonathan Langdon, I'm Travis Berardi saying so long for now. We'll be back in a bit with game number 2 from Shelby.